So toxic masculinity as a whole has kind of become this catchphrase for a lot of the leftists. It was like defund the police. It allows you to walk it forward or walk it back as needed. The reality is, if you look at kind of the definition of toxic masculinity, you're talking about men who are misogynist. You're talking about men who are homophobic. And what the left has done is they've essentially attacked being a man.
Right.
And so what you're seeing is this is kind of an attack on the nuclear family. This is a result of decades of a fatherless society who didn't have role models where young men were able to basically watch and emulate their fathers and how they were supposed to become. But again, though, I put a lot of this also on the court systems who really marginalized the significant role that a father played in a family. They really placed more emphasis on the mother and its emotional bearing as opposed to the father's role as a man. And again, my biggest thing with this is that there is nothing wrong with a man being a man. There is nothing wrong with a woman being a woman. I live in a very kind of traditional household where there was things that my mother or my grandmother can do that no one else was capable, no matter how hard me, my grandfather, or anyone else tried, and vice versa. You were a complementary system that wasn't in competition, and that's what they've done with this whole premise of toxic masculinity is they've created a competitive edge to equality.
Well, and the phrase itself is very misleading because there's nothing about it that says you're homophobic or you're basically just being a jerk is what it is. And the name itself shames men, basically saying you're bad for being a man.
That's exactly right. And I mean, think about it for guys like myself who, served in the military with a tremendous amount of alphas. We're supposed to be now made to feel shamed for being a man. They talk about how when men sit, you shouldn't mansplain, I think is the term that they're utilizing now. And it's just absurdity. It's this, they think that they're trying to in some way bring equality by essentially disenfranchising and marginalizing the man.